can it be for you to build the wall? And then pass the hat. You know, maybe put a GoFundTheWall page up. I mean...
The president said last week, and he has not changed, that he is going to get this money one way or the other. And remember that the $1.6 billion from the Senate already from the summer, that's a great start. And the president has said that he will get this one way or the other, that he's going to make good on a promise, not because it was a campaign promise, because his first and solemn duty is to keep all of us safe.
President Trump, you will not get your wall.
Chuck and I are not in a negotiation of, we're not going for the $5 billion for the wall. We simply are not.
We're looking at every avenue available to us possible. The president's asked every one of his cabinet secretaries to look for funding that can be used to protect our borders.
He calls himself a veteran who is deeply invested in this nation. 37-year-old Brian Kolfage, a Purple Heart Iraq War veteran, started a GoFundMe page Sunday with the hopes of raising money for a border wall. Kolfage, who had 3 limbs amputated after a rocket attack in Iraq in 2014, pointed out on the funding site the promise to build a wall was one of President Trump's key campaign promises. It's a promise he said still needs to be fulfilled, so he decided to take matters into his own hands. Kolfage notes the government has accepted large private donations for building projects in the past, citing a $7.5 million donation to fund repairs to the Washington Monument in 2012. He is working on securing a point of contact within the Trump administration and working with a law firm to ensure the government will be bound to use the funds on a wall and not on anything else. He goes on to ensure if the $1 billion goal isn't reached, every penny will be refunded.
When the wall idea started for the GoFundMe, did you open the account yourself? Was it just like one of those 2 o'clock in the morning moments, or walk me through that?
It was about 11:30 at night, and it was one of those moments. Within 2 hours, we raised $10,000, and I was like, "Holy crap, that was really quick." And I really still wasn't thinking about how big it really was going to get over the next day. By the end of the first day, I think we were at about 100 grand. On the end of the second day, 400 grand. End of the third day, we raised 1.4 million just that day.
The page was initially started with a goal of $200 million, but the goal was raised to $1 billion after the overwhelming support and influx of donations.
Now, the unprecedented earnings the campaign has raised in such a short amount of time placed the fundraiser front and center on the GoFundMe homepage. However, this is where it was. However, it suddenly disappeared. It disappeared off the homepage. GoFundMe has removed the GoFundWall campaign. Once word got out about the removal of the effort off of their front page, well, we the people sprung into action. Yes, the power of the people is a formidable force, and it's a threat to the left, which is why internet giants try their best to manipulate anything and everything they can to their advantage. Well, we the people. We raised the visibility of the censorship, and now GoFundMe has returned the effort to the top spot hours after allegedly hiding it from the world.
A GoFundMe page has raised now more than $5 million to fund the border wall.
Since Sunday, his GoFundMe campaign has raised more than $8 million.
This thing has just ballooned over the course of the day, Aristeo. When I woke up, we were at about $3 million raised for this border wall. Right now, as it stands, more than $10 million raised by people across the country. When you look at the donations, we're talking $80, $10, $50, $100. And if you go to the largest amounts, 50 grand, the biggest donation, $12,000.
An American hero is looking to end the border wall funding battle. Air Force veteran and Purple Heart recipient Brian Kolfage is raising more than $11 million in just 4 days.
One Florida veteran says he's not going to wait for the government to raise the money for the wall. He's calling on Americans, all of us, to take some responsibility. Brian Kolfage, he started a GoFundMe page to raise money for the border wall. 4 days ago, he started this thing. And can you believe it? He has raised more than $13 million already.
We're working with some lawyers and who are, talking with some people at the White House as well. And we want to, our primary mission is to fund this wall. If Trump gets the funding, we'll see what kind of funding he gets. We'll talk to the donors. I mean, obviously, this is their money. They're going to have the say. They decide what happens with this.
Friends, it's time to take our country back. It's time to build the wall. We must stop the illegal invasion into our country by migrants who refuse to go about immigration the right way. I'm not against them coming here. I'm not against it. Just come here the right way.